Hello, sports fans. This is Stephen Hill for Sports Choice Plus. I'm bringing you a very special breakdown. I'm going to be covering Jalen Milroe could be the starter for the Seahawks pretty soon. Before I get right into that, I want to make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube platform. Make sure you subscribe so you can share every single time we have a sports video that comes out on the platform. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Looking at Jalen Milroe, and I know that he was a surprise pick for so many different people. I think the Seahawks went for talent versus overall need in this position here. When you think about the Seahawks in their history, the Seahawks have a history of building up certain positions, quarterback position being one, even when they have somebody. When you look back to Pete Carroll, when you look back at, how they were able to draft, remember, Russell Wilson wasn't originally drafted to be a starter. He was drafted to be a backup. But it just so happened that he happened to outplay who was in front of him. In this situation here, Sam Darnold is proficient with the weapons he has. If you look at his history with the Jets, Carolina, San Fran, and then also with the Minnesota Vikings, he did pretty good with the Minnesota Vikings. With what he had was top-tier talent at wide receiver. What he had was pretty good talent at tight end. He had a pretty good running back. But for the most part, a lot of people believe that there could be a lot left on the apple when he's done eating. So from the standpoint, you have Jalen Milroe, who was taken, and now when you find out who his quarterback coach is, it's Jordan Palmer. If you don't know who Jordan Palmer is, he is the little brother of one former Heisman Trophy winning quarterback, Carson Palmer, that has a history of working with Josh Allen, that has the history of working with Joe Burrow, that has the history of working with Patrick Mahomes and helping them become even better as players. So with this being said, I think that overall, he could potentially have a chance to either match up with Sam Darnold or either outplay Sam Darnold once those mechanics are worked on and once that's looked at a little bit. I say this to say, in the NFL, it's about the best person at the position. Sometimes you'll have a position where Tony Romo is the starter, but Dak Prescott, because he's available, is the better choice because of his play, because he's available to stay healthy. It's a young man's game for sure, but the quarterback position is one of those positions where you can get a little bit older, you can be a little bit more wiser, not be as mobile, and you can beat out somebody that is more mobile than you. But in this situation here, I'm starting to see, and this is just off rookie play. I feel like Milroe has the leg mechanics as far as running. We know that he can run for all these yards. We saw him at Bama do it against LSU. We saw him do it against so many different Ole Misses and Mississippi States. We saw him run to score. But if he catches up the passing element with his legs, the Seahawks could be very dangerous, very scary. You look at those wide receivers that they have that can get open, that can get into space. You look at everything else with the defense folding up and starting to develop some monsters on the defensive end. They have the blueprint to be successful. So I'm strongly going to keep my eye on this Jalen Milroe story as far as him developing. I think that the Seahawks coaches believe in him. I think that with them taking him with the pick they took him with, that's not a mistake. He possibly, with his confidence and the way that he carries himself, could be the starting quarterback for the Seahawks very soon. So, folks, it's a new day. You look at Atlanta. Atlanta with Kirk Cousins got all that money, and now Michael Penix is a starter. You don't know what is available. You don't know what's possible. So every day is going to be a new day in the NFL, and you could see this very well happen to Sam Darnold. If he starts slow, if he doesn't start out as they think they should, they could pull the plug on this. Remember, the contract that he has is not a deafening contract if he's benched. So, what do you Seahawks fans feel? What do you NFL fans feel? Do you feel like it could be a situation where he's overtaken by the backup? Definitely get in there and check out Sports Choice Plus on the YouTube platform. We'll see you on the very next episode.